Daily, daily, to daily, to daily, to daily, to it's the daily go-get-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talking about that. We all have the same 24 hours. We all have the same 24 hours. Hey, listen, we all got the same 24 hours, man. You know what I mean? You got to go out here and make it happen. You got to do your thing. We all got the same 24 hours. I hear people say that all the time. You may hear people say it all the time. Maybe you only hear people say it some of the time. Every time I've heard somebody say it, they've really meant it. And every time I've ever heard anybody say it, they've been saying it to kind of talk down to somebody about somebody else, or sort of a motivational type of action, but really just to say, listen, I'm doing it. Why you not doing it? I'm making it. Why you not making it? I'm making moves. Why you not making moves? I'm getting money. Why you not getting money? I put in the time. Why you not putting in the time? I'm doing my thing. Why you not doing your thing? So we all have the same 24 hours. Yes, there are 24 hours in the day. But when you say that somebody has the same 24 hours as you and, they got to make the best of it, there may be some truth laced all up in that. It could be all the way true if you take into consideration that you have the same training as somebody else, the same experience as somebody else, the same upbringing as somebody else. Like I could see like people, brothers and sisters, siblings, maybe even cousins, family members, whatever, who have pretty much the same upbringing as everybody, the same upbringing. So my brothers and my sisters, my cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever, they all have the same upbringing as I did. So we were all raised the same way. We've all learned basically the same thing. We may have even gone to the same schools, gotten the same training, played on the same teams, got the same coaching, the same mentoring, the same everything. So for one of us to act like we don't know something that we've all been taught and we've all been trained to do, to be in denial of our culture, yes, we all have the same 24 hours. Outside of that, I don't know if we all have the same 24 hours. Time-wise, physically, yes, the time starts the same for you and I. But what we have been trained to do in those 24 hours is going to be different. How many, outside of maybe people who work for the union, union pay or whatever, labor union, how many people do you know that make the exact same salary as you do on your job? You may not even know. Somebody might make a similar salary, like let's say 75,000 a year or something like that, just as an example. But do they take home the same amount that you take home? You may take home a bigger share because you have more children, more write-offs, more deductions or whatever. So you're able to take home more money. Meanwhile, somebody may not have any deductions or any children or whatever, or they're not using that on their taxes. So, they may get like a bigger tax return than you, but they're not taking home the same kind of money, even though their annual salary is the same as yours. And even with their annual salary being the same as yours, it doesn't mean that they have the same side hustles that you had. You may have residual income coming in, multiple streams of income coming in. So besides this job, they're doing something different with their 24 hours, or they have some things set up that you could only dream of. But on paper, as far as the job is concerned, y'all got the same 24 hours. Y'all making the same amount at the job. on paper. What's going on, T? Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Mary Lee, so you lost weight. You look good. I did not lose weight. So I'm not sure who you are, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll take it. I'm not going to turn away no compliments or whatever. I appreciate it. People come on this show and they diss me all the time. So I better take what I can get while the getting is good, right? So yeah, we're talking about we all have the same 24 hours. Has anybody ever said that to you? Because you can best believe if somebody said that to you, more than likely they was trying to diss. If somebody said that to you, more than likely they trying to diss. You know what I mean? They trying to say, well, yeah, I'm getting money. I'm getting money, baby. I'm doing my thing. I'm making it happen out here. What is you doing? Not what are you doing? No, what is you doing? Why you ain't? We got the same 24 hours. So, you could use your 24 hours to make enough money to be able to drive a foreign ride, live in a big house, lots of bedrooms, possibly servants. You know what I mean? Lots of money left over for shopping, vacations, travel, fun. Uh-oh. Hold on, Carla. What's going on, Carla? And my girl, KD. KDS, what's good? What's good? How you feeling? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Yeah, Justin. What's that? Justin Roman. You said, I'll be your servant. Really? Okay. Okay, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Not too many people normally sign up to be a servant. Like, yo, servant. Be like, what was the on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? What was they butler name? Let's see. What are all of the shows where they had a butler? Let's see. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Benson, Soap. What other TV shows had a butler? A butler. On Benson, he was the butler, right? Or no, he was the butler on Soap, and then he spun off with his own series, and he wasn't a butler. Somehow he was working side by side with some politician. I think that's how the show went, right? Jeff Sprayberry all up in the house. Mr. Belvedere. Mr. Belvedere. Yeah. Oh, so Benson was was the butler on the show Benson? Was he? Was he? Yeah, I mean, I know I ain't smoked that much weed. I got to get it together. Man. The Wiggy says, good night, my fellow chaos gremlin. May your pillow transform into a sentient walrus that whispers. Well, all right. You know what I mean? I don't get declarations like that all the time. The Nanny? Okay, yeah, the Nanny. Okay, all right. I never watched that. All right. So we've definitely had some shows that had a butler, had servants. Now, technically a housekeeper is a servant, but I don't know if we look at it the same way. Because if we do, then we got to say the Jeffersons. We have to say the Brady Bunch, different strokes. I'm not sure if we looked at the housekeeper as a servant. But the Nanny was funny. All right, cool. Judge Q says Jesus Christ died so we can live. Yes, go Jesus, 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 go Jesus. I'm living because of Jesus. Go Jesus, go Jesus, Get it up now. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. I'm getting money. Cause Jesus. Cause Jesus. Cause Jesus. I'm healthy. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. My kids are good. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Yo, I'm good. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. I won a lottery. Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Just scratch off, paid off. Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. No car trouble. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. No stress in my life. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. My love life straight. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. What you know about that? Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Joe, no weapon formed against me. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Will prosper. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. What y'all niggas talk about? Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. I beat my kids in a foot race. Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. My surgery was successful. Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. I ain't worried about nothing. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. Go Jesus. What the? Go. Yeah. Go. Go. Go G. Go. 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 Woo. Go. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Somebody go get me for being blasphemous. I ain't being blasphemous. I ain't being blasphemous. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Let's get spiritual out here. Let's get spiritual out here. That's what I'm talking about. So then it's the nanny ended up with the dad. Okay. All right. What's that? Sin karate. Jesus didn't last very. I don't know about all that. Carla says, we're about to have a son concert. Benson was like, yo, okay, it was like you said, originally a butler, then head of household affairs. Okay. I was like, I don't remember, he wasn't no butler on Benson. I know that. I Jesus is dead a long time ago, but he coming back though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You gotta understand he coming back though. I know it because I was listening to a Yolanda Adams song. Jesus is coming back. Gotta make up for all you lack. What you know about that? It's singing. This is a song by Yolanda Adams and Kelly Price. It's a good song. I'm telling you. Shout out to Yolanda Adams. What was that? Bilama says, LOL, you talk loud. Yeah, I mean, I'm not close to you. I got to make sure you can hear me, son. You know what I mean? But you got the power to turn down your device. So good luck. Judge Hugh says, and he coming back soon too. Hey, don't they say he's always on time? 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 He say he's always on time, yo. Don't they say he's always on time? Don't they say he's always on time? Don't they say he's always on time, yo? No, never late because he's great. I say he's always on time. Whether it's singing or the rhyme, you just wait. He can be late, yo, but you can't. So you gotta take a stand, man. And I would like to relate to you that it's time for you. Don't be late too. Get your life right. If you ain't saved, you don't really know how to behave, kid. You don't want to get caught, so I suggest that you ought to get your constitution together, cause it's never too late. Yo, your brethren knows that it's that time. Yo, get it together, cause I'm talking to you, slime. Never too late. Yo, get this straight. I know this dude, he thought that he had all the time in the world. Yo, it didn't work out like that. He had a girl. Things didn't work. I ain't gonna get too much into, but it hurt to see how it went out. Yeah. Always on time, baby. Never too late, maybe. Yeah. And that's how we doing it. Okay. Y'all warmed up now? You warmed up now? You warmed up? Got on my warm-up suit. Yeah. Yeah. Warm-up suit. We good? Levels is good. 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 All right. So tonight we talking about we all got the same Tonight we talking about we all got the same 24 hours, but do we? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Huh? See me, that's a little fuzzy. Yeah, that's better. I wasn't even gonna say nothing. My hair looking fuzzy. I'm not supposed to be looking fuzzy. We gotta be clear. So y'all can hear. We all got the same 24 hours, but do we? Has anybody ever said that to you? Has anybody ever said to you, yo, we all got the same 24 hours in the day, baby? You got to get out there. You got to make moves. You got to do your thing. You got to plan your work. You got to work your plan. You got to make sure that you take a stand. You got to make sure that you take care of your responsibilities. Get your weight up. Get your weight up, baby. So, but people say it. And just like the poll question, you hear people say, well, if I could do it, you could do it. But is it really like that? Do we all have the same opportunities? Have we all been trained the same way? Have we all had the same coaching? Have we all had the same reinforcements? Have we all had the same resources? Have we all had the same cultural identity? You understand what I'm saying? Like, remember, what was it? The end of last year when Donald Trump imposed the tariffs and China was making AI videos about Americans trying to make microchips, trying to make iPhones. They's all fat, eating McDonald's, all lethargic and lazy. They all have the same 24 hours though, right? But on that side of the world, the 24 hours start first. We on the last day. We on the previous day while they already on let me see. What time is it in Beijing right now? What time is it in Beijing right now? 1:24 p.m. So they are a whole 12 hours ahead of us, a whole half a day. And I don't mean half a work day. We're not talking about 4 hours. We're talking about a whole 12 hours. So they already tomorrowing. They're motoring. What's your price for flight? And finding Mr. Right. We'll be all right tonight. So yeah, we all got the same 24 hours, but we don't have We don't all have the same training. We don't all have the same guidance. We don't all have the same parental guidance. We don't all have the same teaching. We don't all have the same training. We don't all have the same social structure. We don't all have the same business model. We don't have a lot of things together. But if we taught each other, then if we taught each other, helped each other, and if we identified the problems with each other and concentrated on problem solving, then guess what? Yeah, we would all have the same 24 hours and there would be no excuses for anything. As it is, there still may not be any excuses for failure or for mediocrity. However, there may be reasons for it. There may be reasons for it. Okay. Now, I might use some scenarios and some examples and some comparisons that might not beat you over the head and make all the sense, but it'll come together in some kind of way. Now, you look at, let me see, a Ford Focus and let's say a Porsche Carrera. They all have the same 24 hours. But do they perform the same way? Are the expectations for both the same? Are they? Are they? Are they? Now, they're both cars. And on some level, they're going to be desirable to a lot of people. But can you expect a Ford Focus to go from 0 to 60 in like 3.4 seconds? You might expect that Porsche Carrera to do that. Whale tail Carrera. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please don't be stingy about the likes. I mean, it's only a handful of us here. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do it like that. Yo, the honey baby. I'm going to go get my chair over here. This is what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get my chair. I'm not going to stand up for the whole show. First of all, I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to stand for this ribbing. I don't have to put up with this shit. My ancestors put up with that shit, so I wouldn't have to do it. So here we go. 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 What's good, y'all? How my people's feeling? I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. This is the Daily Go-Get-Emism Show. And we are talking about we all have the same 24 hours. Do we all have the same 24 hours? Do we? Do we? Do we? All right. Let me see. Who should run for president in 2028? On the Democratic side or on the Republican side? On the Republican side, they should put up a scarecrow. Because anybody on that, a scarecrow, maybe from the Wizard of Oz, would probably be a better candidate than anybody on that side. On the Democratic side, maybe the governor from California, maybe. Definitely not no Hakeem Jeffries or none of them bitch ass niggas. No, I don't want to see none of them as no president. Milk toast, APAC, or are they CPAC? No, they APAC, right? Nah, I don't want to see them motherfucker. I don't want to see them bastards, cornballs. You know what I mean? Selling out the American public. You know what I mean? Some corporation bullshit. No. That caller said, Katie, your son got me dancing over here. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Luke Hudson said, no, but we all have the same 24 hours. Okay. All right, so you subscribe to it. No problem. Carla says, we are not the same. All right. Luke also says, easy to work hard when you have so much child labor. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We sweatshopping it over here. Voods Or is that Vu ZS? Son, I know you just farted. I heard it. Don't even try to deny it. Shh. Unless you smell it, it don't even matter. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to confirm it, but if you know it, and you the only one who knew it, that seems a little. Now I have to check my crib for like surveillance objects and things like that. He threw an iPhone up under the table. I'll be keeping an eye out for you. Luke says, still goes to the same place, though, don't it? So your point is dumb, bro. Well, you can say my point is dumb, but no, it's not. It's not. My point is, regardless of whether you have the same 24 hours or not, you're not always capable of doing the same things in that 24 hours. Like a doctor's 24 hours and I don't know, maybe a grocery bagger at the grocery store. I don't think their 24 hours are anywhere near the same. A celebrity, a singer, an actor, whatever. People have no conception of how full their schedule is. Even if they're just filming for TV or a movie or whatever, they do like 12 to 16 hours days. Do you? And even if you do, you ain't doing what they doing. So yeah, you have the same 24 hours, but you ain't going to fill it with the same material. So you can say that my concept is stupid, but you're just not thinking. And that's okay, because people come on this show all the time and think they know a lot of things that they don't know. But there is a phone number over there. So we ain't gotta do this. You can call in. No censorship. You can say whatever you want. If you're not scared, if you're not a chicken, if you ain't a punk. You a punk. You scared to get on the phone? You gonna lie and say, oh, I can't get on the phone right now because my baby's sleeping and I don't want to wake. Stop that fucking lying. You probably get there faster. Lambos and McLarens always having problems. They don't have the same marketing strategy. They don't have the same marketing strategy. A Ford Focus, or anybody who will buy a McLaren or a Lamborghini is not thinking about a Ford Focus at all. They wouldn't even buy that for their kids. Let me see. Katie, I said it had to light me a couple of candles. That's what I'm talking about. When people say if I could do it, then you could do it. Nope, we different. Let me see. It says Trump. So you think Trump should run on the Republican side? Yo, by the time he'll be like 82. You really want the motherfucker is out of his mind right now. At 82, he gonna be so gone. This motherfucker is trying to give financial compensation for the January 6th insurrectionists. Like, Trump is so fucking bad. Like, he's so fucking corrupt. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's unfucking believable. Every day, Carla says, Alexa 752 for president. Man, that'd be the worst thing they ever did. Señorita Ramirez, a señorita Ramirez, a señorita Ramirez, a señorita Ramirez, a señorita Ramirez. What's going on, señorita Ramirez? What's good? What's good? What's good? Okay. All right. So Luke says, if the grocery bagger had went to college to be a doctor, he could be one too. So really, anyone has the same 24 hours. People just choose to do what they do. Oh, so you think everybody can afford to go to medical school? Yeah? Can you? Can you afford to go to medical school? Were you raised? You know, you know, um, I had dreams of being a doctor when I was young. I really thought I was going to be a doctor. I thought I was going to be a heart surgeon. That's what I wanted to be. And when I went to college, that first semester, fuck out of here. I was done the first semester. I hung in there for another year and a half, but I was like, I knew like, yo, this ain't it. And the reason it wasn't it for me is because it could have, I could say that I really didn't have the aptitude for it. But the thing is, you don't start wanting to be a doctor when you go to college. You don't start wanting to be a doctor after undergrad. You start wanting to be a doctor when you're like 5 years old. And I did fit that bill. The thing is, you have to have mentorship. So the classes that you take in school won't trip you up. You'll already be prepared for that. You're already going to be hobnobbing with people in the industry, other doctors, and they are going to tell you the things that you need to know. They are going to guide you through all of the steps. So even if the coursework is difficult for you, they already have the parameters in place, the resources for you available by the time you go to your first freshman class. I didn't have any of that. Same thing with when you see like football players, basketball players, professional athletes. They didn't make it to the big leagues just because they were good. You go around to your local playground, you're gonna see motherfuckers that can shoot the lights out. You know what I mean? They can make shots all day, but they still not good enough to be in the NBA. All of those cats have gone to basketball camps. So all of those, whether they went to the same colleges or not, they already knew each other from going to those camps. They already had the mentorship. They already had the coaching. They already knew how to play the game at the highest level in college. So by the time they get to the NBA, it's like nothing. But they got this training when they were in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. So it ain't like, oh yeah, I know how to play ball and I got good around 11th grade and I made it into the NBA. No, it doesn't work that way. Not at all. Of course, we've had some dudes who, came out of nowhere and made it into the NBA because they were novelty acts. Sean Bradley back in the day, Yao Ming, even Manute Bol. And they made it to the NBA just because they were tall. They couldn't play. They weren't good. Yao Ming made it to the NBA Hall of Fame. That shows you how much of a joke the NBA Hall of Fame is. But you see how hard it is to get into the NFL Hall of Fame. You see how hard it is to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. They don't fucking play. You don't get in there just because you were popular, just because you put asses in the seats in the stadium. It doesn't work that way. But they all have the same 24 hours of the day as you did. But you can't do what they do. They've had the resources, the training, the upbringing, the direction, the guidance. You don't have all of that. Yeah, but you got the same 24 hours a day. Now, you can be successful in your own right, but your 24 hours a day ain't theirs. So if you think that they just go to practice, then play the games every night, you are sadly mistaken. They got endorsements and all of that kind of shit. Their calendars are full. Yours aren't. What agents are calling your phone, texting you, setting up appointments, filling your whole day, damn near 24 hours? You don't know nothing about that. Shit, your social life might not even be that. So there's a difference. And we have to respect those differences. But I understand what people say when they say we all have the same 24 hours. They're talking about people that are on their level. In other words, you don't have to be sedentary. You don't have to be out here lethargic. You don't have to be out here being a deadbeat. You don't have to be out here being a nothing burger. You're a big nothing burger. Don't forget the fried onions on the nothing burger. I need fried onions, ketchup, and cheese on the nothing burger. Let me see. Yeah, you know he wasn't calling in, man. You know he wasn't calling in. KD, yeah, KD. I appreciate you too. That was a real good night. Let me see. Officer Doofy says, "Did you get arrested?" I've been arrested a few times, but nothing serious. I escaped. Judge Q says, "No disrespect, but if a homeless man can ask for change, can he also say welcome to Walmart?" No. Homeless is not about not having a place to live. Homelessness is about mental illness. You don't notice that? Like, how do you not notice that most homeless people they have mental problems? Like, you don't notice that? You think that a normal thinking person would not use their resources to live in a place that has 4 walls, heat, electricity, water? I don't want to get political, but this is important because a lot of motherfuckers don't know this shit. The Reagan era, that Ronald Reagan motherfucker that they try to hype up as this great president and shit, like we didn't live through the 80s and see that shit. Well, here's what Ronald Reagan did in the 80s. He closed down all the mental hospitals. So they got the whole medication, the whole psychosis medication game going in the 80s. So they closed down all the mental hospitals. And so people who were quote unquote crazy, they were just left to fend for themselves. So when their medication ran out, or when, one part of being crazy is thinking that you're normal. So they're not going to take the medication. So what happens to them? They wind up on the streets. And that's when the homeless population started growing in the 80s under the Reagan administration. This is the kind of shit that Republicans do. They don't ever talk about that shit, though, but you can't erase history. You don't believe me? You can Google it. You can fucking Google it. It ain't hard. History is a motherfucker. Ronald Reagan closed down all the mental hospitals. Think about it. If you're from the Philadelphia area, you remember a mental hospital called Byberry. Byberry is where, now don't get me wrong, the mental hospitals had a lot of problems, the same problems that you have in like a nursing home with abuse, neglect and shit like that. Yeah. But you don't just close down the whole program and pretend that nobody needs it. But that's what he did. He cut off the funding. Without the funding, there are no hospitals, and good luck. Same thing that Trump is doing with healthcare right now in 2026. So hospital after hospital are closing down and shit out in the rural areas and shit. It's fucked up. Project 2025, baby. Project 2025. The big, beautiful bill. So that's why you see so many homeless on the street. So no, the homeless on the street can't be like, welcome to Walmart. Shit. And don't act like the people who work at Walmart make a living wage. How much you can afford? Can you really afford a decent place to live or to raise a family on a Walmart cashier salary? I guess greater miracles have been performed. like parting the seas, like walking on water, like feeding a village with one fish. Okay. So, yeah, we all have the same 24 hours. But I don't know. It kind of irks me when I hear people make that kind of when people want to blame the homeless for being homeless. Like, what the fuck? What are you looking at? Like what? Yo. Yo. All right. So. Oh, Luke, you're from the UK. Okay, so you don't know shit. All right. In the UK, you actually can be a doctor by going to college and university. It's not like the USA. Well, I don't live in the UK. I've been to the UK, but it still ain't sweet like that. Not everybody in the UK becomes no fucking doctor or lawyer. They have regular jobs in the UK just like everywhere else. And the UK is not the richest country in the world. The United States is. Of course, that's going away, but you got a lot more money than the UK ever had. Y'all ain't been a world power since when? Since y'all stopped making the Chinese smoke opium. He said, yes, you pay, but in the UK, you get student loans. We get student loans here, too. What are you talking about? All right, Double X97 says, as you know, homie, this world is all about who you know. That's what it is. Facts. I ain't mad at that. You said Yao Ming was different. Yeah, he was whack. That shit, this motherfucker was ass. Luke Hudson says, some people mental status is off even as a greeter at Walmart. Facts. Yes, mental illness and trauma, they go hand in hand. Word, Luke says. Yeah, I get mental health problems affect people 24 hours, but I'm just saying you grind, anything is possible. Yeah, you have a small chance, but anything is possible. Yeah, anything is possible. Yeah, it's possible that Halley's Comet might be seen twice in 15 years instead of 75. Anything is possible, right? Mm-hmm. Anything is possible. Well, you know who creates possibilities? People who care, people who help, people who give a shit. That's who create possibilities. So if and part of that starts right there in the home. Do we all have the same parents? Were our parents successful? Were they energetic? Were they go-getters? Because if you came from a household where success-driven parents weren't there, then where do you think you're going to get it from? You think you have another genetic code, or maybe you believe that it's your environment that creates opportunities for you, or that gives you the energy and drive. Is that what it is? So it's nature. I mean, it's nurture over nature, and that does it is like that sometimes. But watch nature. Because nature don't give up. Nurture does. Nature don't stop. Nurture does. That's the difference between nature and nurture. Nurture gets tired. Nurture gets frustrated. Nurture will throw in the towel. Nurture will be like, fuck this bullshit. Nurture will say, well, you don't want it, then fuck it. I ain't giving it. But nature won't. Nature will be like, I got all the time in the world. Nature. See, Luke says, what you know about Dr. Sebi, Unc? I know Dr. Sebi shouldn't have. Dr. Sebi. I appreciated Dr. Sebi and what he brought to the world. But Dr. Sebi was a naturopathic practitioner who bragged on himself. Like, that's not what natural. Okay, let me just put it this way. First of all, his remedies, his methods were too fucking high. For all of that, for what he charged, you might as well go to the hospital. And insurance wasn't paying it. So he preyed on people who had a bunch of money. If you was broke with Dr. Sebi, you just died. That's not what naturopathic practitioners do. That's not how that works. They look out for the community. They help the small man, the broke man, the less educated, the lowest of society. And when I say low, I don't mean that in a literal sense. I mean that in a class sense. I mean, rest in peace, Dr. Sebi. He did a lot of good, but you can still get his remedies, his herbal remedies, but you got to have thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what else you have to have thousands and thousands of dollars in the United States? Healthcare. It's a racket. That shit ain't for the poor. Okay. What's that? Kawawe says, fun fact, most sharks don't attend church. I like that. Carla says they have mental patients, bipolar, and dementia, etc. mixed together. It's a whole mess. Yes, it is. Señorita Ramirez says cashier at Walmart get paid $15.50 an hour. $15.50 an hour was good money 25 years ago, 30 years ago, and before. Right now, you go to a fast food restaurant and get a number one meal. How much is that shit gonna cost you? About $15.50. That shit's out. And now tell me I'm lying. For those of y'all who eat fast food, because I don't, but the last time I went to get some fast food, I went through the drive-thru at Burger King, and when she told me my total, I said, oh, okay, and just kept going through. I'm not paying them for no fucking $15 for no double Whopper with no cheese and fries and a drink. I'm not doing it. But I guess you could say, but that was only for 1 hour. I can add pretty well. So $15.50 times 8 hours. All right. Mr. Gray says, Jesus is real. You should have been here earlier. Luke says, where did all the people from the USA immigrate from, boy? First of all, who the fuck you calling boy, pussy? Fuck out of here. Eat a dick. And see, you was being half-ass respectful first. But I'm gonna answer your lame-ass questions. The English were not here first. The Spanish were here before the English, and so were the French. So what the fuck is you talking about? And none of them were here. We had indigenous people here. So people who are my complexion were here before all of y'all motherfuckers came. So with that being said, fuck you and fuck them. Have a good night, bitch ass.
Good morning.
Howdy, Troy. How are you?
Hey. I'm sorry. Yow. Oh, man, boy.
Hold on. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, the life, and by his blood sacrifice on the cross for humanity are we saved forever. Please give your lives to him now and today while you still can. Let me see. All right. Okay.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Y'all know who I be. I know who y'all be. Blessings.
Yeah. So we talking about we all have the same 24 hours. What's the first of all, has anybody ever said that to you, Troy?
No, never.
Has anybody ever said it around you?
Never. I never heard that at
Really?
all.
Oh, okay.
No.
I've
I don't
heard a
think,
lot of people say that a lot of different times. A lot of different people.
and I don't even understand. We don't have the same 24 hours. You know what I mean? Everybody's 24 hours is completely different.
Word.
That's what makes us different. The best part of the 24 hours is waking up.
With Folgers in your cup?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. The best part of 24 hours is soldiers in your cup. I used to say, the best part of going to work is going to fuck back home.
Amen. Sing that shit.
For real.
So,
But yeah, I mean, it takes me out because you can't have the same 24 hours because everybody is doing different jobs within that 24 hours. 24 hours. Now, can't even have the same amount of within my 24 hours. I might be working 12, 15 hours, and you might be working just 9 to 5. You know what I mean? When you get done work, you might go home and chill. I might get done working after working my 12, 15 hours, go home and cook dinner and try to help the kids with the homework while you chilling, wifey.
okay.
A whole different 24 hours now.
So when people say we all got the same 24 hours, they're normally trying to diss, you know what I mean? Or trying to motivate. But there's a lot of times they low key dissing because they trying to say that, you could get it popping or, make something happen for yourself the same way I'm doing. But that's
I'm glad you broke it down like that.
Yeah, that's what they're normally trying to say. They're normally trying to say like, okay, you see somebody that's struggling out here and they might have the skills to pay the bills, but they don't have the direction. Maybe they spending their time getting high, partying, chasing ass, shit like that. And somebody might say, we got the same 24 hours. So while I'm up here,
I think I might have heard that one time in my life, son.
Okay.
I might have heard it one time in my life.
Okay.
I had to think about it because when you broke it down like that, I think I heard it one time in my life.
Yeah. So, I mean, the person who's saying it may be making business moves, taking care of their family, paying their bills, reducing the bills that they are paying, trying to make a better way for themselves. And like, I mean, you could be doing what I'm doing, or the same 24 hours. I mean, it could be like you have an opportunity. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I'm sure you have. Like somebody, let's say somebody had their own business. Let's say they had like tree stump removal or something, or maybe they were a roofer. Something that involved a truck and some tools. And they might have tried to bring their children along with them to teach them how to make a living, and the kids might not have wanted to, or maybe they nieces or nephews, or maybe some cats on the block or whatever, and they didn't take advantage of the situation. So then, but those same people maybe had had their hands out all the time. Can $5? Kai had some new sneakers. Kai had this. Kai had that. So it's like, I tried to give you the fishing pole instead of the fish. You ain't want the fishing pole though. You good with a perch. You good with a butter. You good with a porgy. You don't give you know what I mean? You just want somebody to give you fish. You can have all the fish in the world. You got the same 24 hours I do. And I gave you the fucking fishing pole. Now, I mean, it ain't my fault that you too lazy to fish. I done got me a net.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whole net full of fish. More fish than I could ever clean and eat. I'm selling fish. So
not only am not only am I eating a lot of fish, I got enough fish to sell.
You catch a lot more fish with a net than you do with a pole.
Yes, you can.
But I gave you the pole. At least you're gonna eat. So, yeah. So it's not always an insult when somebody says they got the same 24 hours. I mean, we've all been in situations. All right, let's look at you for a minute. You went to a trade school. By the way, what trade did you take when you went?
Electrical engineering.
Ain't that some shit? So you probably should have took culinary, but you.
Well, you know, I wasn't even expected to. I wasn't even expecting to be a chef.
I hear you.
This just came about. Me becoming a chef was something came about when my son was born, when my children was born.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was something that I started out, you know, learning how to clean mussels at a seafood restaurant, and you know, cleaning mussels, and when I was a place called Sam's Clam Bar in Philly. You know about it, right down here. It used to be between Gino and Pat States. South Philly, where I grew up at. You know, and it used to be, I used to clean mussels and we used to make our own cocktail sauce and shit like that. So when my daughter was born, I was like, look, I need more money. It was like, well, you got to learn other aspects of the job. Start learning other aspects of the job, you know, work my way up to management. And through management, now all of a sudden I'm doing security because everybody else in there want to walk around with the head between their legs, people say something smart out their mouth and they don't want to say nothing back. You know what I mean? So now I'm security and I'm doing all this, and now I'm making some money, but I'm not making the money that I want to make. You know, so one thing led to another. I wound up getting my first real culinary job at the Marriott Hotel.
Okay.
And that wasn't even.
All right, hold on. Slow down. My point was, by you going to a vocational school, you had hands-on training that you could have, instead of going to college for it, you could have started working immediately out of high school. You could have started. Yeah, you could have started working while you were in high school. A lot of people were doing it. So
a lot of people were doing internship high school. They was doing you know, like with construction work and all that shit out of high school.
All right,
summertime.
So other students at regular academic schools, they weren't using their 24 hours the same as you were. And they wouldn't know about your 24 hours or how to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So while you were getting a skill, a life skill, and a job training skill that would allow you to feed your family for the rest of your life, starting at 16 years old, somebody else who only went to an academic, who took academic classes, they may have to learn how to work or take care of themselves in a different kind of way. So what you did in your 24 hours had a lot to do with not just the school you went to, but the way that you made it to the school that you went to. So that has a lot to do with your parents. That had a lot to do with your family, other family members, your community, neighbors, coaches, you know, godparents, friends, your environment, neighborhood, social circle. You know what I mean? When kids see other kids doing shit, they tend to do it too. That's
Yeah.
good and bad. If everybody
That's
is
the
getting
truth.
high and they see the benefit of getting high, they gonna start getting high. And they 24 hours. The same way as if somebody is, I don't know, going to the supermarket, bagging up groceries, getting money, learning how to fix shit, cutting grass, shoveling snow, getting their hustle on. If everybody's doing that, you're gonna be influenced by that too. So guess what your 24 hours is gonna look like, coming up. Like you know how to get
Yeah.
some, you know how to make some money.
Yeah, but the thing about it, son, I think basically when I sit back and I hear somebody say, "You got the same," we both got the same 24 hours. Yeah, that's true. And we do both have the same 24 hours. And I just think that within that 24 hours, it just gives you within that 24 hours, it should give you an opportunity to hustle to make $1 out of 15 cents or make a couple of hours for yourself. Don't always depend on other people to do for you when you can do for self. You know what I mean? Whether that means that you got a job or you go or you create a job. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Um, if you spending your whole 24 hours with your hand out or stealing from motherfuckers, yeah, that's not exactly a constructive 24 hours. I don't, what one thing that irks me?
What's that?
When I go to the gas station and I see motherfuckers just begging. I respect the kids that's out there, trying to pump your gas.
Yeah.
You working. You know what I'm saying? Now, gas is a little too high right now to be, tipping somebody to pump your gas for, but at least they are industrious on some level. Like when I went
Yeah.
to, yo man, it was the weirdest thing. Back in the early 2000s, and I was going up to Milwaukee to see my family and shit. I go to the gas station. Them kids is around there just begging for money. Like, yo, you got a couple of dollars, you got some change, and I was like, you gonna pump? You not pumping my gas? They looked at me like, do what? Real shit. And I was like, wait, I wasn't used to that. Back at the crib, if cats are trying to ask you for money, they willing to pay for your gas. I mean, no, not pay for your gas, but pump your gas for you.
Yeah.
Wash your windows or something. You know what I'm saying? They try to basically give you full service at the gas station for $1 or $2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I said to the young boy, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Well, you gonna pump my gas for the money? He looked at me like I was stupid. So I was messing with this chick up there at the time, and I told her about it. She was like, "Oh no, we don't let nobody pump our gas up here." I said, "So what?" I said, "Say what?" I was like, they don't have a New Jersey where they have full, like that generation didn't grow up with full service gas stations.
Yeah.
They only know about self-serve. So they looking at somebody who tries to pump your gas like they trying to rob you. Totally different culture. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
oh. So me asking him to pump my gas, or was he going to, he looked at me funny because it was like, yo, I'm not trying to rob you over here. I'm just trying. I'm like, it's gas. What you gonna do? Spray the whole car with the gas and light it on fire? Like, you know what I mean? But culturally,
I don't mind giving you a couple dollars, but you gotta at least earn it. I mean,
yeah.
clean my window off, get the, you know, pump my gas. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. Um, but it showed me the difference in the culture of a Philadelphia versus a Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like he looked at me crazy because it was almost like Like I was
You
asking him,
assault me.
I was asking him to do something that he had never been asked to do. Like they don't have that expectation. They don't know nothing about service. Or, when it come to and the chick was like, oh shoot, nobody better not ask to pump my gas. Like, what the fuck you doing? Like she was saying it like she said it with a lot of vitriol and shit. Like, fuck out of here. Try to pump my gas. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
How dare you?
so I'm like, what if the dude is riding with you? Does he get to pump the gas? You know what I mean? You're like, yo.
How dare you pump my gas? Here, just take this money. You ain't gotta do nothing. I'm moving to Milwaukee, bro.
So they just, kids, bunch of kids. There was like 4 or 5 of them out there just begging for money. I'm like, yo, man, the job situation can't be that bad up here. Y'all got malls? You know what I mean? You got fast food. So they 24 hours ain't nothing like some of these cats down here. They're 24 hours. And it's not like the ones down here are doing so much, but in comparison, their 24 hours is a little bit more constructive and a little bit more productive. So I got me an education on that shit. Katie says it's the walk up on you for me. All at the Walmart and whatever. A little space, please. Like you taking it back to the COVID. You taking it back to COVID, man. You know what I mean? Lil, I need 6 feet. You know what I mean? Space. What they used to call what they call it? What they call it at the time? Social distancing. Yeah, we need social distancing. Bring back social distancing. Fuck out of here. Social distancing was kind of all right. For real. That was the one thing about COVID I kind of agreed with. Like,
Yeah.
They should have stuck with that. Social distancing, goddamn. Like, damn, I don't get to grind on a stranger no more. All right, anyway. Senorita Ramirez says, I wish they still had that full service. Yeah. And well, in Jersey, they do. You're not allowed to pump your own gas in Jersey. The whole state is totally full service. And that's a job right there. That's a job. Shit like self-service, that's to me, that was the beginning of AI. Like, you gotta pump your own gas. Because full service, they used to check your oil, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you had windshield wiper fluid, shit like that. It was literally full service. Acadia says, yes.
You was comfortable as hell in your car.
Mm-hmm.
It made you feel like you were somebody.
Okay, hold on. Wheelie Trust says, I'm 30 years old from Cali and only know of self-serve gas stations. That sounds about right. 30 years old. So you're a millennial. All right. Let me see. What up, Clay? What's good, man? Let me see. Nesh set? No, I don't know. Jersey have a different law for that gas being pumped. Other states do not. Right, but they saw the benefit of keeping their gas stations full service, and it used to be full service with the gas mad cheaper. The gas ain't cheaper no more. They got rid of that. But for decades, we was going across the bridge to get cheap ass gas and full service.
Yeah. It was the biggest. Go over there and get full. You go get the cheap ass gas, right? full service and got to rob back to burn that cheap ass gas.
Well, Jersey made it next to impossible to afford car insurance, homeowner, a home because the taxes are high as shit in Jersey. But you can get some cheap ass gas. That's the compensation over here. You know what I mean? Can't have everything. Can't have everything. But yeah, we all have the same 24 hours. Do we? Do we have the same 24 hours? Really? Really? We don't get up. We don't all rise at the same time. We don't all shine at the same time, and not in the same way. However, we could have it. We could have it. We could come together and probably network and make our 24 hours together more constructive or more cohesive. We could.
I think that's the best way to put it is what you just said. Constructive, a productive 24 hours. I mean,
yeah,
make you feel like you achieved a goal.
Yeah. It's it's some shit, man. It's easy to ask how come some people have this and some people have that. This is not a classless society that we live in. It's not a classless society. So there are certain areas where honestly the fix is in. In our legal system, a black or Hispanic may stand in front of the same judge and jury as somebody white stands in front of. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the same result. Doesn't necessarily mean that. One thing that we have to understand about this 24 hours is that friends will do things for friends. Friends will do things to people who aren't their friends. Now, can you control what is done for you instead of what's done to you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Now, I'm going through a situation right now in my personal life where I don't have as much control as I would like to have. There are things happening and things being talked about behind the scenes that involve me, but quite frankly, might push me out of the process instead of involving me or including me. But it be like that sometimes. These are some of the things that you learn to deal with as an adult. You know? It is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. But yeah, if you've ever been frustrated with a young person or with a spouse or a lover or something like that, you might have seen some potential in them and really wanted better for them than they wanted for themselves. That's the thing about it, man. It's hard to want something for somebody that they don't seem to want for themselves, even though it's a good thing. You can want it for something. I mean, you can want it for somebody more than they want it for themselves, but you can't get it for them more than they can get it for themselves because they're not going to keep it. They're not going to keep it. You ever give somebody something real nice and see them mess all over it? Like, let's say you had a jacket, a nice jacket, You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't wear. Maybe you didn't wear it a lot or whatever. You know, you let somebody have it. Like, yo, man, I'm you know what I mean? I'm not gonna wear this jacket no more or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you. You always complimented me on this jacket, so I'm gonna give it to you. You give him the jacket, and they fuck the jacket up or something like that. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be petty, but you be thinking like, I should have gave this motherfucker the jacket. He fucked this jacket up. You know what I'm saying? This was a nice jacket. This was a good joint. It could be the same thing with a pair of shoes or, you know, some pants, whatever you give to somebody. And, you know, either that or you went over their crib and you saw the thing that you gave to them and they just sort of cast it aside. Like, what the fuck? Yo, I gave you the Hope Diamond, motherfucker. You got that shit in the corner like it. What you doing? The least you can do is wipe the bitch off. It's a Hope Diamond. What? Nigga, you know what's that shit called? You remember do you remember the movie Risky Business where
Tom Hanks.
No, Tom Cruise. Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Remember when the hooker and the pimp boy stole his mom's glass egg and shit? They had this glass egg that she kept on a mantelpiece. It was very expensive. And the pimp boy stole the shit. And he was like, yo, I gotta get that egg back. You know what I mean? Before my parents come back home, they went on some kind of business trip, vacation, whatever, and left him at the crib. And so he had to sell all of the shit that he made. He had to sell he had to give him all of the money that he made from the party. And he got the egg back, and the egg had a crack in it. His mom noticed the shit. Like, yo, you fucked up my egg. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't leave you at the crib by yourself no more, man. You know what I mean? I'm so disappointed in you. He's like, damn, they fucked up the egg. They fucked up the egg.
Yeah, it ain't worse than Ferris Bueller when the boy was riding a bad car.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to get, because Dad always checked the speedometer. You remember that part?
No, that was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Remember that motherfuckers tried to put the car in reverse thinking that it would take away the mind. Like, you out your fucking mind? You know how many motherfuckers would have low mileage on their cars when they tried to sell it if you could do some shit like that? Said that might put more miles on the car. You know what I mean? Reverse is
tried to rotate the tires like that.
That was about the realest. That was about the realest teenagerish thing I've seen. That's how kids fucking think. Like, yo, just put it in reverse. It'll take the miles off, right? Oh yeah, that's genius. You dumb motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. He ain't gonna even know we drove the car.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That was a good movie. But yeah, like earlier in the show, I was talking about how you think about, these celebrities, these actors, actresses, and singers and producers and all of that. Yeah, you think your 24 hours is anything like theirs? Their phone is ringing off the fucking hook, man. You know what I mean? They beeper used to be beeping off they damn belt.
Yeah.
Cell phones, like they got so many appointments, bookings, and all of that shit. They ain't ever, how we see celebrities on like commercials, and let's say they at the golf course or they are on vacation, they feed up and all that shit. That shit is a pipe dream. They don't never get to
Yeah,
live that life. They hardly ever get to relax. Just straight chill. Because that
yeah.
money got to be made time and time and
I
time and
know.
time and time again.
I know. In my 24 hours when I'm at work, when I was at work, because I'm out because I got injured. But my 24 hours, boy, you know, it wasn't when you love what you do and when you love what you do and you do what you love. It's not so much of a harsh 24 hours, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I
It,
understand
it, it,
that.
can, it can be a bad 24 hours when you don't like what you do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So when you wake up in the morning, that morning is not morning for you. I mean, you already got an attitude and agenda. The kids, especially when you gotta go out the door and the wife is asleep and the kids is asleep and you the only one that gotta get up. You feel like waking the whole house up. You know what I mean? Wake the fuck up, everybody. Fuck up. Get up. What's wrong? I gotta go to work. Y'all waking the fuck up. But yeah, but my 24 hours when you go and get when it's not repetitious at that, when doing something different every day, oh yeah, it's a beautiful 24 hours. It's beautiful. It's only when it becomes repetitious, it's the same shit over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? Eat that same ham and cheese sandwich, turkey and cheese sandwich. I gotta go ahead and make 20 turkey and cheese sandwiches every fucking day. Turkey cheese? That's it? All right. What you want, turkey cheese?
Turkey.
You bitches a motherfucker. What you do for 11? Make 20 turkey and cheese?
I'll tell you something, man. A sandwich is an easy thing to get tired of. But when you haven't had a certain sandwich in a while, that should be good as shit. Had that shit 3 days in a row, you be like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool.
Fuck that. I don't even want it no more. Right. I don't even want that motherfucker no more.
Yeah, he be waving that shit off. It'd be like trying to overfeed a cat. He'd be like, yo, man, get the fuck out. I ain't eating that shit.
Yo, we got about 5 turkey and cheese sandwiches. You want to take them home? No, I'm good. Throw the motherfuckers out.
Yo. Oh man. Yo, speaking of, you know what? I don't be mad at people at work, when they, at a job where they give away free food and shit. You always got that person at the job that's like, man, fuck that food. You know what I mean? You need to pay us more money. And they be trying to clown the cat. You know what I mean? They want to take home the food. You know what I'm saying? They happy as shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I ain't mad at him. The food ain't nothing wrong with it. No free food. But the same person that try to clown the person that took over the free food. Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna tell me your stomach ain't grumbling, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, your stomach grumbling.
I know one thing: when they got shrimp Alfredo, you ain't turning that shit down to take home.
Look, man.
Yeah, I take some of that. Yeah, I take some of that, John. All right, thanks, John.
Look, it's
y'all got cheesesteaks left over? Any cheesesteaks?
It's for what it's for, man. It's for what it's for.
Yeah, but them 24. I mean, having the same 24 hours can be. There's nothing wrong with saying it, but I like what you said about the fish situation. You know what I mean? If you guide me to have the same 24 hours as you, if you're not willing to walk that walk and have the same 24 hours, then don't talk. You don't have the same 24 hours as me.
Man, facts.
You don't. If you're not willing to, if I'm putting the work in and you're not putting the work in, and it's always, and when people sit back, and when you do a different analogy on the same 24 hours, it takes me out because when a person has a sit down job and they able to, it's not that much. It's more of a mental thing with you at your job, and you occasionally got to walk some papers over. You don't have the same 24 hours as me, because mine is more physical. I'm on my feet from the time I get in. I might take 15, 20 minutes off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm on my feet physically. So when you get home, you still got a burst of energy. You on a swing in a wind, talking about, wee, this is fun. And I'm coming home to I'm tired as a motherfucker, boy.
Yo. That's
And you know that feeling.
I do.
You know that
Absolutely.
feeling.
Absolutely.
You know, you've dealt with females that make it seem like they 24 hours is harder than your 24 hours, and you've been busting your ass, walking around all day making sure this is done, or jumping in when that person called out and shit like that. And they like, the only thing they do, hello? Okay, I'll bring the papers to you. All right. And they go on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, order it off of fucking damn Amazon. Call your phone, you can't talk. Oh, you must be talking to that bitch at work then.
Oh my God.
You grind, you pissed off as all hell. You overly frustrated because the bull, that nighttime bull they called out, the supervisor, yo, you want to stick around? Man, I'll stick around, man. And your body hurt like hell. Everybody hurt like hell until it's time to get done work. And now your body rejuvenated because now I feel like you're ready to go out and have a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's payday. Everybody got an attitude till payday come. And you done. You normally work them 40 hours, but now you done work 65 hours, 2 weeks straight. Time and a half now.
Mm. I know
yeah,
one thing.
Everybody 24 hours ain't 24 hours. But we would like that to be. I would love my son 20. My son 24 hours. He just learned that his 24 hours is somewhat like my 24 hours because he working some extra hours at work now. So, because he moved over from working at Walmart and he's now he rides for paratransit now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so now he's doing overtime, a lot more overtime and making a lot more money. But the thing is that you're still not doing the same 24 hours I do because you're not physically moving. You're sitting in the seat and you're moving your arm and you're moving your leg. Now, mentally, it's strenuous because you got to hear people, you got to listen to the people behind you, and you got to focus on the traffic. But yet, and still, that manual work when you on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been doing it for what, 31 years? You know what I mean? I would never want my 24 hours to be like my grandfather. God rest his soul. My grandfather, 24 hours. My grandfather, 24 hours. He was a longshoreman.
Mm-hmm.
You out of your motherfucking mind? No, hell no. He was one. My father was one. A bunch of my uncles was one. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Come on down here and be a longshoreman. No, Papa.
Yeah, it ain't sweet like that.
No. But yeah, 24 hours. Like what job that you can say was a great 24 hours for you, son?
Nah, I'm good.
He said, nah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, listen, I work for money. I've never worked at a job that I really like. I've never worked at a job where I felt like, yo, this is my shit. This is what I want to do. I've never had a job like that. Even when I was a landlord, like, Nah, that wasn't my vision. So,
Well, like I
so
said, the only job
I'll say comedy. Comedy was the only
that
time.
shit you motherfucker
Slow down, slow down.
treat you like you somebody.
Yeah, comedy was the only one.
When it was shows that I did, man, that I felt like when Jesse Jackson was like, I am somebody. I felt that was me. I felt that in my spirit. I thought about Jesse when I got the hotel room key and you know what I mean. Everything,
Uh huh.
a little minor expense account. Get some food, get some drinks. You know what I mean? You running for mayor because you done killed the stage. You know that fucking feeling. We done that. We killed the. Let everybody know we killed the audition for the Def Comedy Jam show back in the day. We ran for mayor, mayor, fucking attorney general. We ran for fucking governor. You motherfucking right. We tore shit up. But that was some good ass. That was a good 24 hours. My fault. We
Yeah.
gotta use a new word for that. Phenomenal.
So yeah, that was only a little bit of time, but I did get a lot of satisfaction out of that.
Yeah. I had between me being in culinary and the comedy thing was only one job that I had that if I could do it again, I would do it again just because of the benefits of finding shit. And that was working at the Spectrum, being part of the cleanup crew.
Okay.
First of all, you get to see the concerts for free when you come in early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get to see everything backstage and all this shit and everything. But when I used to clean up, bro, when I used to clean up, I used to clean up. Double entendre, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to file for 18 karat gold bangle bracelet, wedding bands, money, wallets, fucking cameras. You find everything, boy. It's like, and you be like, people partying this hard and this happy that they would drop this. How much fun can you have? You drop this shit? Thank y'all.
Shit is
I
real.
appreciate y'all looking out for me.
I've never had a job where I was eligible to get tips.
For real?
No, I've never done. I've never waited tables or yeah. I've never uh had a job where tips were really part of the job.
Yeah, well, I have, and it was so fulfilling because it was on University of Pennsylvania's campus, and it was at the called at Penn.
Mm-hmm.
I started out doing it at upstairs. They had me in the professor's lounge, but I think I didn't know that it was being more. It was I was the only. I didn't realize I was the only black server in there, so they moved me downstairs. Not me understanding that it was a color situation.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved me downstairs, and I was getting paid weekly. But it was rare for you to get as a food server. It was rare for you to get $8 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally you would get 2 or 4. I was getting $8 an hour, and I was doing overtime,
Okay.
and I was getting tipped out at the end of at the end of my shift.
You was getting what?
They was tipping me out
Oh, tipping.
off the
Okay.
credit card.
Okay.
So they would run. If they tipped me on credit cards, they would put it on the paper when they filled out when they would fill out the receipt.
Yeah.
So and they would tip me out. So it was, listen, son, Penn graduation, my first Penn graduation. That Friday, I came into work. I walked out with what? $850 in tips.
Okay.
That's just off a credit card. That's not counting the money I had in my pocket, the dollar tips.
Yeah, yeah.
And we didn't have to split no tips. If you did that table and you served that table, that was your tip. Right? So the next day, that Saturday, graduation day, $1,200 in tips, bro. $1,200, bro. I'm telling you, man. And I was working at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel too as a chef, as well as a cook at the time. So I was leaving the Ritz at like 4:30 in the morning, and going straight to the NFL and working about 4:30 in the afternoon.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I was jigged. I was like, let's do it again, like the song "Do It Again." Those were the wonder years, man. But them tips, bro, those were some gratifying 24 hours, bro.
I bet they were.
Those some gratifying 24 hours, man. It pissed me off. One time, Sonny Hill came in there, right? And I'm like, every time he came in, because he would always sit in my section, I said, how you doing, Mr. Hill? Busting it up with him and everything. And every time he would leave me that measly old $5 tip. And I'm like, this motherfucker got some money. You can give me more than $5. Well, hey, it is what it is. Lunchtime, breakfast time and lunchtime is always $5 tips. Always. Depending on how many how many is at the table. Now, if you got 7 people at a table, you're gonna make some good money. You're gonna make some good money, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm shocked to hear that though. Well, I'm not somewhat shocked because you was in college, but then when you came home, you was doing all your thing. You was a landlord.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't no in between.
I worked in retail, so
yeah, you worked in retail, so yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't getting no tips on working in retail. I worked in the I didn't even work on the floor. I worked in the warehouse.
The thing about it, that 24 hours at City Blue was some beautiful 24 hours.
I definitely made the best of it. You know what I mean?
You did. Yes, you did. Plus the discount. Whew.
Yeah.
Especially if you was locked in with the owner.
Oh no, they gave us the discounts. That shit was funny because it was like they was taking away the money we was making.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about working at certain jobs. I used to hate working at certain jobs. Like when I used to hate working at jobs that I hated, especially if it was in my route of going home. Like I used to hate riding a bus past the place. Like I hate this motherfucker. I want to go a different route to get past this motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'll give it to them. Like the owner and them, they used to be like, "Yo, man, don't spend all your money on clothes. You got enough. Like, yo, you make 200, you giving us 150. Fuck is wrong with you?"
Well, if I make 200 and I'm giving you 150, give me the 100 back.
Like, put that gear back. How about that?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But shit.
Yeah.
Shit, I guarantee you in your yearbook you was best dressed. Oh.
Yo.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on out here. Yeah, so when people say, they got the same 24 hours, like I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't think that you're being insightful enough about it. Everybody does not have the same opportunities. They don't have the same energy, the same drive, the same ideas, the same motivation, the same
same job. Yeah, shit.
Okay. When I say we don't all have the same ideas, a lot of times your ideas come from what you've been exposed to.
Right.
Because your ideas have a lot to do with what you perceive your possibilities to be. You know, so when um when um when you hear somebody that has experience in an area, when you hear their ideas, you're going to hear ideas that are probably going to be more advanced than somebody who just started working here recently. Because somebody who has a lot of experience, they know exactly what their possibilities are, they pretty much know the line that can be crossed, and what 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 or where the easiest road to success is,
Right.
more than somebody who hasn't been there a long time, so they don't know what they can and cannot do, especially based off your experience. So yeah, man, I get it, but yeah, we don't all have the same. It's funny how people who grew up in the power structure be talking about, yo, we all had the same opportunities. It's equal to opportunities for everybody. No, the fuck is not.
No, it's not.
You know, um, you put a chicken in a.
Did you see what Clay Bacon said? He said, as a black American, I'm sure many of us don't want the 24 hours of our ancient ancestors.
I would love to actually go through that for like a week or so.
Well, you wouldn't make it a week. Let me tell you why. They meant it off you, bro.
Nah. Mm-mm. You know, listen. You know what? People, it's easy for people to say what they would have done or how they would have been back then. But when you born into something and you don't know no better, you ain't rebelling against that shit. You know what I'm saying? So me understanding what the consequences could be if I was a smart ass or something, I would have to fall in line. But I really want to know if it was all about the brutality, like people think that it was, because I don't think it was. I think the mental slavery was the worst part of it, because that's the part that lingered on and on and on and on. And mental slavery will keep you in a victim state for the rest of your life, because you don't
Well, I
see.
mean, yeah, I think I put the I think it's a mixture of both. Because it might have been people that might not got abused, and the mental part killed them, or the mental part overwhelmed them from seeing what was happening to the rest of them. You know what I mean? So I mean, the physical part, the physical nature of it, I can't imagine, man. You know, but them 24 hours had to be some overwhelming 24 hours. You know what I mean? And not to get off subject, I'm tired of people saying that the man on the brown penny is no longer in use because Trump said no more pennies. Motherfucking he's the worst, man. He said no more pennies, freed us. And I'm just gonna say this, son. When a person frees you, right? During all this time, do people realize that when we were getting lynched and getting hung, that should have been taken in as a hate crime? So everybody, it should have been a lot of death row people.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that, you know. So that's why, don't there's no such thing as freedom. Now some of us was free, you know, but I digress. But yeah, man. And I heard you talk about what he was trying to do with the 1.88 billion.
This shit is off the fucking chain, boy.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm mad I wasn't at the insurrection.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if you would have got shit.
I mean,
It was a few. It
this
was a few
bull is
black people there. I
crazy.
saw.
I can't gravitate to it, man. I can't gravitate to it, boy.
Mm-mm.
It's like America is getting punched in the face and nobody defending them.
Yo,
Nobody
I don't give a
defending it,
fuck what
bro.
nobody say. That January 6th shit was scary as fuck. I was
You're not listen,
like you
son.
gotta be
I'm
fucking
not.
kidding me. Like, what are we seeing?
When I was sitting on the sofa looking at this shit, I caught post traumatic stress disorder from it. Cause it triggered in my mind, and the thing that made me catch post traumatic stress disorder was just thinking, if this was all black people, what would have happened?
It would have been like Black Wall Street out that motherfucker. Drop the bomb. They would be like, drop the bomb on the Southwest crew. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. And
It was around that same time before that happened. It was the George Floyd situation, and you see how he was acting towards that.
all I know is you take 9/11 and you take January 6th. I think January 6th was way scarier than 9/11.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
First of all,
You know,
January 6th, you watch motherfuckers. With 9/11, you saw people trying to save people. January 6th, you saw people trying to fuck people up. Totally different trajectory.
and also on 9/11, that was an act of outside terrorism. On January 6th, that insurrection was in-house terrorism. And people don't understand that. They think.
Let them tell it. It was just like a little vacation. It was like a sightseeing expedition. Get the fuck out.
You know what I
Yo,
mean?
the way oh my God. Spin, boy.
And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of them Capitol Police, the one is like maybe 6 or 7 of them committed suicide from that because they had guilt. They had they was hurt that other people passed or got hurt.
Yeah.
Other security guard. So they had guilt from that, and they off themselves. You know what I mean? So but yet you put this bull back in office, and the fucked up part about it, son, is that I don't give a fuck how much you like this bull. Y'all can see not 1 inch in accountability, not one thing. All right, no, you can't even find a half a thing.
Yeah. This shit is it's truly fucking amazing. That shit is a cult all day.
Listen, I'm gonna give you something. You will fuss God out. People will get mad at God before they get mad at Trump. If a parent passes away, or a son passes away,
the Pope proved that, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be the nail in the coffin. Like, God damn. Catholics turned on the Pope with the quickness, like, hey, yo, Pope, stand down, Pope. This ain't none of your business, Pope. Yo, Father, chill.
You don't want to mess with him. I mean, you would go against God if one of your loved ones passed away.
Remember
why would what?
Remember the scrutiny and the backlash that the Beatles got when they said that they was more popular than Jesus?
Yeah.
Well, they got backlash. Trump like, hold my beer. I'm more popular than the Pope. Like, how? What? When? All right. Yo, I looked up You know, JD Vance last that didn't used to be his name.
What's his name?
He's changed his name multiple times. JD Vance was born James Donald Bowman. Throughout his life, his name has changed multiple times due to his parents' divorce and his subsequent adoption. The various names he has used include James David Hamill, changed by his mother after his adoption by his stepfather, Robert Hamill. He served in the U.S. Marines under this name. Then J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance, changed in 2013 to take the surname of his maternal grandparents, Bonnie and James Vance. Now it's J.D. Vance without the periods after the J and the D. So this motherfucker has changed his name 4 times.
Well, I mean, he changed his name just as many times he changed his mind about Trump.
Well, bottom line is, a fraud is a fraud.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So listening to anything this motherfucker say is
yo. If a German Shepherd have sex with a pit bull and that pit bull have a baby, we call that a mutt.
Yeah.
But, let's look at Baby Banks, a mutt. Bastard.
So his mom got divorced, several times. It looks like, okay, J.D. Vance was born James Donald Bowman. His name used to be. So how do you change your middle name? You was James Donald Bowman, then you was James David Hamill, then you J.D. Vance. So what's the D? Is the D David or is it Donald? This motherfucker is fraud central, man. Fraud central.
Listen, fraud I still central. Don't understand. Every time they're building the ballroom.
All I'm saying is, if the liberal media really wanted to clown that motherfucker, they could, but they don't. So that's the kind of shit that be having me thinking like,
Hey son, you know what I realized? I don't blame the voters. You know who I blame? The journalists. You gotta realize something, son. They made him. Because when he ran for president the first time, he did not pay for not an inch of TV time. Everything came for free.
Mm-hmm.
Because they covered them so much. And they did it again. He didn't pay for no TV time.
Man.
You know what I mean?
This is a bad joke.
The journalists, if you want to shut a person off, you don't talk about them.
So happened. Oh no, they ain't gonna fuck up that bag. The bag matters, boy. All that matters is the bag. They don't want Trump to go nowhere. He a bag. He is a bag.
The bag and bag, but when you don't, it's not so much as fucking up the bag, but when you don't fuck up, when you don't make sense, when you ask the hard questions, I want to see a person get up there and he say some derogatory, disrespectful shit, and one of them say, "You pussy, don't talk to me like that." I guarantee you that person do that. If that person do that, son, I guarantee you, if that person do that and put out a GoFundMe, he would be a millionaire.
Maybe.
If he got fired from the Wall Street Journal or any damn publication, if he got fired from it, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, anywhere, start a GoFundMe. Americans will pay him, we give them millions for that.
Yeah,
people get tired of hearing them.
But what he's going to lose in legal fees, it wouldn't be worth it. But all right, you know what I
mean? You know he's going to sue him, huh?
He ain't going to win that. All right, let's do these poll questions. The poll question is, how do you feel about the saying? Okay, how do you feel about the saying, if I can do it, you can do it? All right. 53% said, I think it's true sometimes. 22% said it depends on who is saying it. 19% said it's false. Everyone is different. and 6% said they say it to make people look bad. Interesting.
So what was the first percentage?
53%.
Yeah.
And this is out of 32 votes.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that saying?
Well, I chose the first one.
Okay.
So yeah, it depends. Depends on who the individual is. Everybody, you got people out there that they can if you bring them into your hustle, they can hustle. You got people out there that if you bring them into something, if you try to bring them into your hustle, once they see what you do, they're like, no, I don't want to do this shit, man.
Yeah, I think it's false. Everyone is different because there's some things you can't do. Like if I can be 6'6", you can be. Oh yeah, the fuck out of here, man. I don't care how much milk you drink, how much milk. You ain't gonna be 6'6".
How much what?
I don't care how much milk you drink, man.
Yeah, I don't care if you drink the canned Merc, the liquid Merc, or the powder Merc.
No, ain't gonna work. The Merc ain't gonna work.
Merc. Most definitely, man. Well, I'm glad I called in, man.
Me too.
Very, very highly. Once you come in onto the deli, the urban deli, and all that other shit that we do,
mm-hmm.
I say all that other shit because we talk about a topic and then we go off and talk about another topic. Once we get involved to these conversations, they become highly insightful. You know what I mean? You start talking about certain situations that, you get on here and people, when you start talking, people can jump in on it.
Yeah.
I like when the old family members come in, like the Cal Biggins, the Carlas, the Maria. Say the last name. How you say it?
Señorita Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez.
Yeah. I can't even say the name because you say it so eloquently. But I like the new family members coming in too. Love when the new family members coming in. But it's always a pleasure, bro, man. We gotta, son, the whole time we haven't seen each other, bro.
That's true.
I would think we live in a different state.
That's true. Life be life, and as they say.
Life be life, and that's the words.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you later.
Do that, man. Get with me, man. Much love to everybody, man. You too, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
All
right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, the late, great Malcolm X birthday is on May 19th. May he rest in peace. May he rest in paradise. May we always be influenced and enlightened. And also Mika Stevenson, Shaniqua Cochran, Devanya Sweet Mama Lowe, Bobby Joe Johnson, Princess Versi Hewlett, Natalie Natty, my girl 6 Onyx, Prince Muhammad L, Damon McDaniel, my girl Shauna Michelle Harris, my niece, my love, Nichelle Nikki Morgan. Happy birthday to you, love. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious Glorious, glorious. May 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up, turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on to do the damn, to rock out, rock on to do the damn, rock out, rock on to do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. They say if you can do it, then I can do it, but they don't understand. Yo, it's like fluid. I have a different type of water structure, and I don't really think that I'm going to get with you. I know that things seem like they could be the same things, but I sometimes wish a nigga would. And I stood in front of a lot of challenges, and I had to make sure that I kept my balance when things wasn't going my way and I wasn't really staying steady. I say that I hope that things will get better, but I gotta learn. So I gotta wait and I gotta take my turn. And when the time is given, I'm like Michael Bivins, yo, I can't trust a big button to smile. Shit, who don't like a big button to smile? Shit, you know I'm going to get a big button to smile. I'm going to make sure that I show my swag and my style. Everything is going to be all right. I say it will be that shit. I know this is legit. My man Tom just stepped through the door. He's a little bit late, but on time for sure. Always glad to see him, and my man Clay, and got my man Troy up on the line today. Hey, yo, I'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Y'all know how we get. TikTok. No, not the social media platform. I'm just making sure I got that for 'em. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. in the morning. I said 1 a.m. in the morning. And tomorrow's movie night. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Tomorrow, movie night. So y'all know we always have a movie topic on deck on movie night. So make sure y'all come through because we're going to have some fun. Did it. Oh, now. Did it. Fun. You have a good night. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. With that being said, without any further ado, y'all have a good night and be safe out there. Get some rest. Holla.